Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully everything works now. Something very, very different. Trying Over the Ditch live, if you like, with Luke Whittaker. I'll get Lukey on in a minute, but effectively I want to try and, well, I always try to do different and try and promote New Zealand harness racing, or harness racing in New Zealand, in a different light, and get the message out there. So I always do on loose lines, to get my 2 ones right, but I always do on loose lines on a Monday night, and it is predominantly harness racing, but of course I have a great following with the a lot of people in New Zealand, so thought I might try and change it up a little bit. Now, I will be brutally honest, I might have just had one technical issue there before starting this show, so hopefully, one, you can hear me, but then also hopefully in a minute we're able to get Lukey on and get the message out there. Yep. No, the noise is good, so that part should be fine. And yeah, as I said, just everything was working. The reason I was a bit slow coming up was there. Well, the question I want to know is if the Kiwis would like a show in a bit more appropriate time frame, if you like, at 6 o'clock over there in New Zealand. Is this something that people would like? If it's what they would like, what else would you like on the show too? I will only have Luke Whittaker on tonight. I did have a great idea to have Johnny Turner on as well. A little bit hard getting hold of Johnny, and then I ran out of time as well. So you do get caught out a little bit because it's 2 hours earlier here. Maddie Clayton, hello to you, and thank you very much for giving the show a like straight away. And we've got a few people on there watching. Anyone that knows how Campbell's comments work, especially when they're live, if you comment via the interaction post, once comments start firing in, we'll put those up there and get them out there. And as I said, I want to know what people are after in New Zealand. If they would like a more interactive show dedicated solely to New Zealand, get some special guests on, get different guests on if you like, keep trying to expand it, get the message out there in a different light, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Try and change it up a little bit and have a little bit of fun as well, get people out there. Yeah, unfortunately, not everything I do is scripted. Most of what I do is not scripted, actually. But yeah, the idea is to try and get the message out there and have a bit of fun. Lukey's going to join me in a minute when I call him in. He'll only be over the phone, and we, you know, try and change it up. I appreciate Luke's time. We get a little bit of feedback from time to time about certain things potentially we may have said wrong or not quite right. It's all interesting. We appreciate people taking the time to write those comments and getting back to us. And yeah, we'll go from there. Rightio, must admit, for the team at NZB Standardbred, the National Weanling Sale is fast approaching. June 26th, Thursday, June 26th. We'll be here before we know it. Catalogue is out now. There's the fixed catalogue, and I actually have one of those here as well going there, so plenty of people can get that to me over there. Scotty Purden, he knows how it works. He gets involved every week. But, of course, there is also some supplementary horses, so please make sure you go to nzbstandardbred.co.nz to view the full catalogue, and you'll see right down the bottom that that is not it. I mustn't have hit quite the right sale. Just give me 1 sec. We'll go to this one, and then we'll get right down the bottom. That must have been an old sale that I got to there. We'll go from the bottom up just to change things up a little bit. You'll be able to see down there, down the bottom, 1089 is a tactical landing out of Eternity on account of Yabby Farms. So I'm actually doing those videos tomorrow, so anyone wanting to see those. There is, I think, 7 lots. There is an Ultimate Machette, Asuka is in there as well, and 6 others for Yabby Farms. Equity D, Riviera Queen, Equity D, Unballalur, FaceTime Bourbon sold top the sales recently in Sweden, so make sure you're aware of that, out of Vacation Hill. And then Equity D, a bit of magic. EL Titan, a bit of exciting news potentially coming with EL Titan as well for the Kiwis. And Tactical Landing, as I said there. And then the Ultimate Machette Asuka going through there. Don't forget the full catalogue. Anyone who knows how to use it, it's fine, but use the search engines to your heart's content. You can type them in there. You can single them out via vendors. You'll go from there. 31 lots represented for both Woodlands and Alabar. You can go via the sires. So they'll come through in alphabetical order. Your dams, colour. Never ever done colour. Bay will be first. Bay, let's see what else we actually get here. Just as I quickly go through, we're still Bay and Brown. Bay and Brown. Disappointing. But anyway, it is there as a search engine for people to be able to get across their sex and then the vendors as well. So, yep, make sure you can go through all of those and go from there. Of course, they are selling in conjunction with the thoroughbreds this time, so the sale starts at 2:30. Great supporters of mine, Brecken Farms. They have actually got one there in the catalogue as well. Rightio, this is where I did just have a little bit of an issue just prior, so hopefully it is actually going to work. What I will do is actually get hold of Lukey first. We'll ring Luke first, and hopefully it must be working, I think. Yep, we should be good to go, I think. Lukey?
Paulie, all good?
Very good, mate. Very, very good. Did have a massive issue. The phone decided to throw a little spanner with about a minute to go prior to going live. I had massive feedback in that. So hopefully you can hear me all good.
I can hear you good.
Good as gold, mate. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for trying to do something different. Really appreciate it. Yeah, giving me a bit of time. I thought we'll do something live. What are you doing at 6 o'clock? I think you said you're at the gym. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've been to the gym since 4 o'clock, so it's been good.
Been good, and you do the umpiring as well and get it out there. Mate, try something different with New Zealand, trying to go live, trying to get a different audience over there. Is it something that you could see working? I threw it on you this morning, didn't even give you time to sort of think about it, but potentially give people their say a little bit is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I think it'd be really good for people to get their ideas out there and on how racing's going.
Yeah, because we always hear good or bad or whatever, but we want to get it on. There's a little bit going on. We're going to touch on last week's races, but there's a little bit happened in the last couple of days. The official inquiry, if you like, into the young guns, I noticed that has been officially conducted, and it encourages people to, if you want any comments or anything there's an email address on that, so encourage people to get involved in that. But also the biggest news, I suppose, is the advisory panel that's been announced to look at racing, if you like, in New Zealand, which is very, very exciting, Lukey. And Ken Brecken a part of that, and I think another harness racing person is going to be a part of that as well. But it's super fit and positive that people are trying to look after, harness racing or racing full stop, firstly, in New Zealand, and getting it going in the right directory.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. To have someone like Ken on board is massive for New Zealand racing, not only as a businessman, but also for harness racing as well.
Yeah, and it's got some good people in there too. I saw Cambridge Stud owner Brendan Lindsay. I was fortunate enough to be at Cambridge Stud just recently, and these guys are, they're very wealthy people. There's no problems there, but they did bulldoze the old Cambridge, but thankfully, they understand history as well and restored a lot of it, not necessarily to its original, but like for like, but also kept a lot of the history there and things like that. So, these sort of people are great. Mate, Mark Chittick, Sir Peter Vella, of course, with NZB, Greg Tomlinson, Ken Brecken, and there was Chris Waller, of course, the other person there as well. So it's super exciting for the industry to have these people. And they're going to be overseeing, harness racing as well, which is what we want.
Yeah, it is, and it just shows that the game's going in the right direction, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when Chris Waller puts his hand up. I think where I read somewhere where he was inspecting yearlings or racehorses and jumped on a plane just solely. They've already had one meeting, and I'm going to catch up with Ken Brecken tomorrow, unofficially. Also, hopefully catch up with him officially. But we're going to be catching up with him and doing some more stuff through Campbell's comments. But I think that's pretty cool, and I'd be interested to know how that first actual meeting went.
Yeah, it would be. I'd just like to know how Chris Waller has that much time on his hands to do something like this as well.
He runs every day too, Lukey. It's pretty amazing. He gets anxiety which is, and his best way of controlling it is actually exercising. He must love work. He must have a great work ethic.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to see how many horses he has in work and the things he does with people in racing. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yep, it is indeed. Right, mate, the week that has been, things are quietening down a little bit, but still plenty to happen. Firstly, Addington the other night, anything you gleamed from the meeting?
It's probably getting less meeting because of winter.
Yep.
Thought Hadron Collider was very good.
Yeah, he's
an up and comer, and looks like he'll make the free for all grade.
He's got a good motor. Even when the Duns had him, he was a little bit quirky, but he definitely has a good motor, doesn't he? And he's a bit of an excitement machine because he's still just doing it a little bit wrong.
Yeah, he is. The one thing that's really good about him is his tactical early speed. So you've seen in some of those bigger races, he can use that early and then hand to the right one.
Yep. Yeah, he is a very exciting horse, and what did he go 56.5 the other night too? So on a cold night, which was really good. And Hayden and Amanda Cullen are doing a great job. What about the job at Telfers? Probably should have started that off with. I interviewed Steve last week after having 10 for the 3 days over the weekend, but in 10 days they've had 18 winners. That's pretty phenomenal here in Australia where we race every day. It's massive in New Zealand.
Yeah, it is, Paul. And, the work that they do behind the scenes to get 18 winners is a great effort. And, with the amount of horses they have and the staff they have, it's, they deserve all the accolades and the winners they get.
Yeah, definitely. And it is good to see that, and Stocky was at Ashburton on the weekend. So, it means a lot. All-American player. He's a horse bred by Brecken Farms, by Better Delight. He's just doing a massive job as well, that horse.
Yeah, he is. He's an up-and-comer, that's for sure. He just seems to be getting better and better. And his win on Sunday, and it shows how progressive of a type he is.
Yep, it is. It was a bit confusing this week. I mean, even when you said that, I thought, no, you're right. But you're right that it is definitely the other day. Lukey, you had a bit of a mixed night. You had Snaps having his debut run. Didn't seem all that comfortable in the surroundings of a race experience, but he'll be better for the run.
Yeah, she will be. She's pretty green, and first night under light, she probably just went the wrong way, and she'll get better, and she's going to have 6 weeks off and come back. So yeah, hopefully after that she'll come back as a little nice horse. And
your own horse, and we're not here just to promote ourselves or anything along those lines, but you must have been wrapped with Zoltan Boschak's second to, I forgot the horse's name all of a sudden, Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Done a pair of work, or mid-race, he did a lot of work, and just here, mate, you're still trotting to the line pretty strong. He's not shirking the issue, and Jimmy Carter's a horse with a lot of ability. He's got a lot of quirks, but when he puts it all together, he's very, very good as well. So you must have been wrapped with that run.
Yeah, I was wrapped with him. He's not a horse that can usually do a lot of work, so for him to step on late and, run Jimmy Carter to half a length was pretty good. Considering Jimmy Carter's won 20 races and we've only had 19 starts.
Yeah, this new rating system that we've got over here and you guys have got over there, it definitely has a few flaws in it, especially where it can be a bit tricky for up-and-coming horses like yours, meeting these horses that are potentially recapturing a bit of form. That's where it gets tricky. So we understand that horses are out of form and they drop back, but they're still quite capable horses, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and one of our good mates owns Jimmy Carter, and Dad actually picked him out as a young horse for their syndicate, and they were saying he's won nearly 300,000, so it's a very good effort.
It is a good effort. Just frustrates you a wee bit, doesn't it, when you're against them?
Oh, it does. You got a horse that's up and coming, and he's had 19 starts, and he's got to be off 10 metres the same as a horse that's won 20 races. So it's a little bit frustrating, but it is the way it is.
Absolutely. Team New Zealand's been announced 4 drivers this year. I think that'd be nearly the biggest representation, actually, from the junior driving ranks heading across here to Australia. So pretty exciting for the 4 drivers. Harrison just getting in the other day, Sam Thornley, Carter Dalgetty and Wilson House. So well represented, and I'm sure the boys are going to put on a great show over here in Australia.
Yeah, they will. 4 great lads and very talented in the cart. So I was speaking with Sam and Wilson on Saturday night, and they're looking forward to it. So it's going to be a great couple of weeks for them anyway over there, and I'm going to be over there giving them a bit of shit in between, so it'll be good.
I'm just curious, where were you meeting with them on Saturday night, or we don't? That's just stays off any shows.
No, we just had an 18th birthday party, so there was a few of us celebrating it. So yeah, it was good to have a quiet night and catch up with a few of the people.
Good man. That's what you got to do. You got to be able to enjoy yourselves from time to time, and yeah, it's going to be terrific. And Harrison, he got 2 winners, I think I saw at Alexandra Park, and beat Crystal by, well, I think in the end by 2, but he, poor old Crystal, I think she had 2 seconds beaten less than a metre and a third beaten 1.1. So she almost could have been there. Would have been her fourth time, I think, representing New Zealand. Would that be right?
Yeah, I think it is. She's been over there and won it once, I think. So
yeah,
it's good for the boys to have a big crack this year.
Yeah, it is indeed. And I will say this footage here, I think was pretty cool. The two oranges going to the line together. Harrison and Blair fighting it out, and it's quite interesting. The interview, Blair was happy that he beat him. Be interesting if that had cost him getting the chance to represent New Zealand, whether he would have been as happy.
Yeah, I think the Friday night was the last night, so yeah, I know Harry would have been a bit upset not beating Blair anyway.
Yeah, he would have indeed. I think well done. I think Trackside are doing some cool jobs, cool things. They're doing a lot of different stuff, which is really, really cool. And this is good footage. You can tell Dad's determined he's going to beat him home. That's for sure. There was no sitting up on him.
Yeah, that's right. They probably haven't done a lot of racing together, but I know that Blair would have loved to beat Harry, and they give each other a bit of banter on the races. So it's good to see Blair get one over Harry.
He's come a long way, Harry, from the little rat tail. He'd probably be embarrassed about the little rat tail that he used to have growing out the back of the noggin there for a while.
Yeah, he's come a long way, that's for sure, and he's driving great at the moment and putting the horses in the right position. So, if he keeps going the way he is, he could end up anywhere.
Yep, he might end up in Australia. You never know, and I think it's great. And I think to see a different side of Blair as well. We see the professional racehorse person that he is, which is terrific. But I think it's awesome just to see a different side to him, if you like, and he's really enjoying this.
Yeah, it's he's driving great, and he drives everywhere, and the amount of work he puts in to drive here, there, and everywhere, and also help Ken Barron out too. So to rep the rewards, it's great for him.
Is he back helping Ken Brecken out? Is he?
He's back helping Ken Barron out. Yeah.
Since I didn't realise that since Purdon's moved north.
Yeah, obviously Ken's on holiday at the moment, so I think he's out there giving Sam Thornley a bit of a hand.
Yep.
Keeping him under control.
Very good. Well, they're doing a very good job, that's for sure. Queen's Gambit was good again at Ashburton. Dalgetty's. They've got a phenomenal team of horses at the minute, headed up by a whole raft of juveniles coming through the ranks, mate.
Yeah, she was really good, and obviously tactical speed again, and being able to dictate that first 400 metres, and then obviously get home in 55.1 and 26.2s. Very hard to make ground at Ashburton.
It is, and just the whole team is strong. Carter drives them strong, but they run strong and they're going terrific, aren't they?
Yeah, he does, and obviously puts them in the right position in those big races to have a crack. And she's been very good this prep, and thought she was hard to beat on Sunday. And mid-race pressure wasn't really there, and she could sprint home and dictate. Yep,
it did indeed. Rightio, rest of the week. Did you watch Invercargill? Can be a bit tricky this time of year with the weather, and I was actually texting Brittany. One of the unfortunate things, and I can't show you it because I don't have that adapter here for my phone. Lukey, we watch the races over here on Sky Active is the best way. You can watch them on Sky Channel, but if you have Sky Active, I recommend to any Aussie to watch the coverage there. You get 3 minute lead in, 3 minute lead out, or exit out of each race. So you get to come across the trackside coverage, if you like, from time to time. They did a thing, and it was cool. Actually, I might be able to find it here. I don't know if it's been on Facebook or not, where Brittany was driving the camera. And they threw the challenge to Britt to drive the camera and see if she was good enough to be able to do it. It's not on the New Zealand website, so it is there somewhere. I know that, but I just can't find it at the minute. But so she did it. But when you watch it on Sky Active over here, it's very funny. We get to see the pictures of the races. We don't get to see when they put things up. So quite often, you'll hear Matty Markham and these guys say, "Oh, you can see there on the screen that, Bet and Win's shortened," or something along those lines. So we get to see that. What we don't get to see, though, is we don't get to see that actual graphic. So we hear that, but generally you'll have, the hosts on the camera or horses or whatever. So the other day, poor old Brit is watching, and they've got the camera on her, and she's giggling away at herself. And oh, geez, it was, if you had just tuned into Sky Active for the first time, you'd be thinking, what is this? Because here's this woman talking, but she's not talking and she's watching herself. But I will say well done for doing different things as well out there and just promoting the sport in a different light as well.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job of that at the moment, trackside. And obviously, we would probably like a little bit more time before and after, but with the amount of racing on it, makes it very hard. But, when they are on, they bring that harness racing to the next level.
Do you guys get it? Does it go full time, like Friday nights and that? Do you get full time, or is it similar for you guys? You don't get as much of a lead in during those winter days.
Friday nights is more because of Friday night lights, and it obviously bigger coverage with the harness. So but Sunday meetings with a lot of racing, it makes it hard.
Yeah, so you don't get the full coverage either on those meetings. That's unfortunate, but yeah. Okay, well, that might be one of the reasons why we only got shorter version, because I did think it was a little bit short the other day, but that might be why, because they might have been on a gallops race or something else prior to switching it over.
Yeah, I think, Sunday probably is more of a gallops meetings, and the harness probably gets a bit of a back step. So.
Yep. Okay, very, very good. All right, mate, anything else, or do I have to let you go back to the gym and continue your workout?
No, I'm done for the day, so... I thought Leap to Fame was super again first up at a wet Albion Park on Saturday.
Yep, it is exciting. A lot of interest heading towards New Zealand now. Bet and Win, Pin Seeker both heading across very shortly. I think June 17, I think I saw. They're both going to arrive in Sydney, have one race at Menangle, and then head up north to Queensland. So that's going to come around very, very shortly. Oscar Bonavina, I believe, is already there. In Queensland. Someone said he was thinking about running this week, but not happening now.
Yeah, I haven't really had a look on Oscar Bonavina, but yeah, Johnny Cox was saying, he's going 17th and staying at Luke McCarthy's for a week before heading to Queensland.
Yep, and Bet and Win is on that same flight, I believe, with similar ideas. So that it is going to be exciting. It's going to be a great carnival. There's quite a few trotters heading up. It's one of those tricky ones, though. I don't know how many people actually are going to head up there to take on Leap to Fame. That's the worst part. So we'll have to wait and see. I think Don Hugo and those are back racing, so they'll be heading up. But it's going to be exciting. But I think there'll be a lot of Kiwis going across just for the warmer weather, mate.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there 3 weeks. I want that weather because at the moment here it's cold, going to be wet and below 8 degrees.
That was the reason why I thought, well, I'll try something different with Over the Ditch instead of doing a pre-record. I thought we might try to do a live and just see how that gets received by people. And I encourage people, if you're watching this in replay, if it's too early, tell me. We can go a bit later, but it's always a bit tricky. But as I said, we do Over the Ditch, on Loose Lines every Monday night at 6 here Australian time. I thought, we'll try something a bit different for the Kiwis. Lukey, thank you. Really appreciate your time.
Are you heading over to the Inters?
Well, one of those little funny ones. Haven't heard yet. There was talk that I definitely was going, but it gets a bit tricky, my little world, Lukey, from time to time. So hopefully the club and that get in touch with me soon and invite me up there. But it's up in the air. I've got a trip to Ireland coming up and a couple coming to New Zealand. I'm going to, of course, be in New Zealand for the weanling sales. Hey, you won't be at the weanling sales. You'll be in all sorts.
I haven't heard from Canberra. You don't need to give him a ring.
Oh, well, he's gone a bit aloof these days, young Cameron. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but we won't throw too much cheek. But yeah, he doesn't seem to ring me as much either, Lukey.
He's probably back at the gym now after he did his calf.
Yeah, the old man's disease. So yeah, see how he goes. I think it was Cam Grant actually. Yeah, gave him a nice old drive-by, but yes, he had a couple of good little rugby things. I don't think he's going back. I think his rugby career is over, that's for sure.
Yeah, you'd want to hope so, I think.
Definitely. Mate, thank you. Really appreciate it. As always, I appreciate everything you do for me, given short notice. I'm going to continue to evolve it. I want to get more and more people on, and that's one of the ideas. If someone out there is watching and wants to get involved with these shows, get some information. But I'll tell you what, if you've got some news, either get in touch with Lukey or get in touch with us if we can. We'd like to continue to get these messages out there for people as well. So please just don't be scared to give us a call and help get the message out there. But Lukey, thank you, mate. And are you racing this weekend?
No, a week off this week.
Hey, random question before I let you go. I do this a bit, but that's okay.
Yep.
You, Zoltan Boschak is actually on my intro that I had on this picture here, but not. Whose colours do you drive in? Are they your colours or are they Dad's colours?
They're my ones, but Dad's green and gold too. So
yeah, Jared O'Reilly.
My design and Dad's colours.
Yeah, Jared O'Reilly drove him. I believe it was the day, or Johnny Curtin, was it? One of them.
Jimmy Curtin.
Yeah, drove him at the day, and he's on that video, and I was like, hang on, they're not the same colours, but that explains it. Now I'm happy.
Yeah, so yeah, obviously when I was in Aussie, I had to have colours, and my first original New Zealand colours weren't allowed over there, so I went with Dad's colours in my design.
Okay. What were your first colours?
Red, black and white.
Okay. Oh, are they similar to Barnes'?
Yeah. I don't actually know who they were similar to, but yeah, they wouldn't allow them in Queensland.
Okay. That happens. That does happen, that's for sure. So anyway, you've got yours now and people know who you are. So Lukey, thank you. I'll let you get back to the gym, mate. The show won't finish, but I really appreciate you coming on and giving me a bit of time. And we might go back to the pre-record next week. We might do another live. I'll just see what my calendar looks like and yours looks like and go from there. If the weather's shitty, I know I'll be able to get you, that's for sure.
Thanks, Paulie. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lukey. Luke Whittaker, as always, giving his time up for me, and I really do appreciate it just to have a chat. But I want to get a few people on. Of course, there's plenty happening down south at the minute, so we want to get that message out there as well and look after the people down south in Invercargill because it was Bluff Cup. Last time I went to Invercargill, I actually went down to the Bluff Island and was shattered, absolutely shattered when I found out that the oysters are out of season. Didn't realise that, but they're well and truly in season at the minute. So, yeah, it would have been a lot of fun to be there. Some good results. Bev Williamson, of course, owning 3 horses. So, good results for those guys there. Nathan Williamson continuing his great run. Plenty of other winners down there as well. So, Brett Gray, we might even, as I said, I'll try and get Johnny on. We'll also try and get... I'm in trouble. Joe Ferguson on as well. Cover off on the North Island from time to time, or Nicole Sims. We'll just try and get a few different people on and keep getting that message out there. But if you do have a message you want to get out there, please feel free to let us know. With me sponsors, of course, Aldebaran Eagle, exclusive to New Zealand. The only place you'll be able to get Aldebaran Eagle is in New Zealand next year, 3,450, including GST. Get in touch with the team at... Aldebaran Park, that's just down there, .com, aldebaranpark.com, and you'll be able to follow all the lists there and get in touch with them. Andrew Stewart is the other one, so they're always, as Duncan would say, hot to trot at Aldebaran Park. Yabby Farms, as I said there before, they have 6 weanlings in the upcoming June 26. I must fix that, capital J on June. Might even do that while we're going. No, I can't. Yes, I can. I can do it this way. June 26 is that sale, Thursday, 2:30 for the standardbreds to start. And we want to make sure that we get the message out there. The team at Yabby Farms, we will be recording the videos tomorrow. So we'll get those videos up and going and get them out there too. The 6 lovely types, I said, FaceTime Bourbon Sale Topper in Sweden just recently. So very, very important draft of horses. My friends at Brecken Farms, of course, they've got their beautiful property down there, the Waikato. Make sure you get in touch with them. They've got one in the weanling sale as well. So the NZB weanling sale, I should be able to find that actually while we're going here. Just basically through doing the search engine. Oh, I must have changed it to the backwards. It'll be fine. We'll get there. I just went backwards instead of forwards. Dancing on Moonlight have got 2 in as well as Macca Lodge. What's going on here? That's not in alphabetical order. Something's gone wrong here. I'm not sure what I've done there. In case anyone's wondering where I'm going with this. There's the A's, still on the A's. Oh, there. I must have just skipped over it. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's an art major out of Linda Lovegrace, of course, who went through the Gavel House. Don't forget, Gavel House is live at the minute, closes tomorrow night. But yeah, Linda Lovegrace there, the mother of Treacherous Love and Lovestruck. And of course, you go back to that Jessie Grace family. So great family there. This is a colt by Art Major. Lot 81 it will be. I know it's got 10 in front of it. That's because of the thoroughbreds and the computer system. But effectively, it'll be lot 81. So 1081 will be the Art Major out of Linda Lovegrace, Better's Delight Group 1 winning mare herself. So, yeah, make sure you keep in touch with that. And as I said, go to NZB Standardbreds. I do have their ticker there as well. nzbstandardbred.co.nz for the National Weanling Sale. Yeah, it is .co.nz. It takes place at Kuraka Sales Complex on Thursday, 26th of June. So, yeah, get in touch with the crew there as well. So, go to nzbstandardbred.co, follow all the links there, and you'll be able to get involved there. Get in touch with the Hilton for your accommodation needs going forward. And I obviously haven't done my friends at Woodland Stud. Of course, they are offering up 31 weanlings, and we will be doing Woodlands winners later this week as well. Just for the Kiwis who may not have seen, if you didn't see last night's show with the different gravy, this is a son of Lather Up, this El Maestro, in Pinjarra for Robbie, I forgot his last name. First start, 155 and 8, and yeah, super impressive this horse here was, winning at Pinjarra on Monday, just gone. Yeah, 55.8 was the mile rate, and you can see him there running away out of an American Ingot mare, actually, so if anyone is wondering. But yeah, that's your different gravy for the week with Mark Hughes, and we'll continue to get that message out there as well, and changing it up there. Different gravy, Elderbaron Eagle Tile, I've put that one up. In the Pacing Trotter, Peter Davis, I was meant to talk to Lukey about this horse here, but if you didn't watch last night, this horse paces twice prior to being released. Doesn't lead, does get about to second or third, but I reckon just a brilliant piece of horsemanship from Peter Davis, a man I don't know a lot about, but just the patience and the soft hands with his drive. You can just see it flicks into a pace there on him. He's able to just check it, comes back trotting, still then decides to flick back into a pace. As you can see, checks it again without making the horse gallop, and then bang, as soon as that mobile's released, away he goes. That, of course, was It's So Easy, and for him and Margot Nan, and went on to win and win very comprehensively. So, yeah, I think it was very, very impressive and good to see. So, yeah, the Pacing Trotter is what I've called that horse there, but yeah, it was pretty awesome to watch. So, rightio, that's a bit of a wrap for this week. As I said, things are quietening down. Do you want more people? Do you want me to interview more people? Would you like to have a couple of live conversations with some people? Give me a yell. Happy to try anything for the Kiwis from time to time when we can. With the winter months coming up at the minute, we've definitely got a little bit of time up our sleeve where we might be able to do a few interactive ones, do it live at the 6-hour time slot on a Tuesday night. If not, that's fine as well. We can continue on. But the show will be back next week. Really appreciate everyone that's come in. We've had a few viewers on there. Not sure I'm getting the right updates here, but we've had 5 people actually like the show, which is terrific. So really do appreciate that. Sometimes you get the thing back. Tom Patterson, Tate Hopkins, Judith Blackmore. Hello to you guys. Hello, Tommy. Hopefully when I'm over in Christchurch soon, I'll call in and have a crack and stay at the Commodore when we get over there. But yep, hopefully we catch up very shortly. But see you at the NZB Weanling sales, no doubt. Tom and the boys, mad harness racing guys. Right, that's a wrap. Over the Ditch Live, something very different on a quieter time, but yep, we will continue to evolve the show and continue to keep it going. We will catch you all next week, whether it's recorded or live. But thank you very much for everyone who has tuned in. Thank you very much, Scotty Purdon. But if you do have a comment, please leave the comment at the bottom there, and we will endeavour to answer. Get back to you all next week. Thank you very much.